Okay, let's see. Is it ready? No. Okay, let's see. Is it ready? I'm not muted somewhere. Okay, let's see. Is it ready? I'm not muted somewhere. Okay, let's see. Is it ready? I'm not muted somewhere. Testing. Let's see if it's working because I didn't mute anything. There's a glitch in the matrix. All right, let me just get ready for the next break. Okay, I don't hear nothing now. That was weird. Okay. That was bizarre. Streamlabs just did an update. I did so much today. Oh my gosh, insane. I gotta put pop-outs everywhere. There's Rumble. And now we gotta do YouTube. What's up, V? What's up, Bob? I finished painting my deck. I painted my speed bump. I'm working on the pool. I'm doing so much work. I wasn't gonna stream. The only reason I'm streaming is because I realized the Star Trek game came out. And I want to see how this game is. But I'm working anyway. Why not? All right. Let's raise the volume a little. Let's move the camera. Oh, I hate when it does that. Oh, that's an interesting update. I don't like that. Okay, full projector. I gotta go to break in 5 minutes. Installing. It's done. Oh, fuck. This shouldn't be that long. Okay. I got all the pop-ups. I got the station on this side. I'll tell you one thing, things are looking nice around the property right now. That I will say. Without a doubt. Do I have lemonade still? I had half a burger on 40 cal bread, half a burger. pie with lettuce, tomato, and pickle. And ketchup. With a small side of fries. That's it. Today I had 2 eggs over easy on toast for breakfast. And I had a roast beef sandwich for lunch on the diet bread. But I worked my tail off today. So much so I was in so much pain I had to sleep for 2 hours. What? Is this working? Are you fucking kidding me? Nothing's working. Don't tell me this fucking game. Oh, wait a minute. Ah, couldn't play because he didn't pay for it. I had to go to my account.
Captain's log, stardate 57931.4. The crew is restless. After spending too many months piecing our ship back together, we're finally about to venture out on a new mission. And the crew isn't letting this unprecedented ion storm slow them down. They're ready for something different. I know I am. Perhaps more than any of them. Fortunately, nothing ever stays the same. It's entropy, the nature of the universe. Change is inevitable. And while entropy says order gives way to chaos, in this case, change is good. Our new first officer is en route to the Resolute. Jara Rydek. I know she'll bring a welcome dose of new blood to the crew.
Oh shit. Wow. That was close.
Thanks.
No problem.
I'm not great with flying. But these little shuttles
Oh shit.
are the worst.
Stick around in Starfleet and you'll be sure to see worse than this. I have.
And you're here to talk about it.
In the flesh.
That's good. Sorry, I'm a little anxious.
I hadn't noticed.
I'm on my way to my first assignment. When we get to the starbase, I'm transferring on to the Resolute.
So am I.
It won't be easy for Jara to step in at the 11th hour like this. But if she's half the officer I knew she could become when she was a cadet at Starfleet Academy, she'll be the XO this ship needs right now.
Commander? I'm not usually such a nervous wreck, by the way. I actually did well at the Academy.
Oh yeah?
Maybe you've heard of the Torvalin test?
Sounds familiar.
It's a tactical simulator that makes the Kobayashi Maru look like a picnic on Pintaris 5. Anyway, I finished in the top 20. Not just in my class. I mean, all time. In the history of the Academy.
Really? That's quite impressive.
Thank you. It was tough. But you know, I set my mind to it and it paid off.
Please place your hand here. Hold it there for a few seconds. Welcome, Commander Rydek.
Wait, you're Jara Rydek? You absolutely crushed the Torvalin test. You finished in what, like the top 3?
That would be me.
Now I'm really... It's an honor to meet you, Commander. Sorry, I didn't realize before. I just came off the shuttle and was glad to be on solid ground.
The pleasure is mine, Ensign...
Paul Calloway.
Good to meet you.
I believe Commander Ermot is expecting you. He's in the concourse just ahead.
See you on the Resolute.
Good day, Commander.
If I remember my briefing, Commander Ermot is a Bolian, so I'm looking for someone with blue skin.
Can't get through? Really? What is this?
Starbase 128 has 4 docks. I'll replicate myself a meal once I'm on board. Excuse me.
Welcome to the edge of the galaxy, Commander Rydek. I'm Commander Jan Ermot, Operations Officer on the Resolute. Commander? I hope there wasn't too much trouble getting here. This storm isn't making anything easy for us right now. I know conditions are less than ideal at the moment.
It was a bit bumpy, but otherwise okay.
My apologies. This storm is unlike anything I've seen before. We're grateful you were able to come fill our first officer vacancy at such short notice. From everything I've read and everything I've heard, we're lucky you were available to us. Coming from a premier starship and all. To our local research vessel.
What exactly have you heard about me?
First in your class at the Academy. Received the Starfleet Award of Valor during the Dominion War. Most recently, Tactical Officer and Chief of Security on the USS Endeavor.
You've done your homework.
Like I said, we're very lucky. The USS Resolute. She may not look like much compared to the bigger ships, but as far as science vessels go, she can more than hold her own. And she doesn't look so bad considering 6 months ago she was nearly cracked in half, venting plasma, fighting for her life.
It was an accident?
Equipment malfunction. An accident suggests fault, but no one's to blame. It was a planned test, but the warp core was pushed beyond its limits. It destabilized the dilithium, there was a runaway reaction, and the warp bubble deformed. We thought we could reach a higher resonant frequency, but it was more than she could handle. Cost us our first officer and 22 of our crew. At the end of the day, we're all responsible for each other. That's what it means to be a crew.
I can't even begin to imagine what that must have been like for you. I'm so sorry for your loss.
Thank you. It does weigh heavy. There are some things you can't forget.
It's been 6 months. What's the attitude among the crew now?
Unsettled. But I hope that a new mission will help them move forward. If not, move on. Listen. I realize you've known Captain Solana for quite some time, and I'm sure you're ready to bring your best. But I should warn you that when the captain announced you would be the new first officer, there were those who felt it was a mistake, that he should have promoted from within. So you might want to tread lightly at first. Until they come to value your contributions as much as he does.
Trust is earned, and it sounds like I have my work cut out for me. But I plan on winning them over.
I don't doubt that. I just figured it was better to know what you're walking into.
Of course.
Starfleet has assigned us a high priority mission to the Hotari region. I'll let the captain brief you on board. I know he's eager to see you.
Will we be mission ready in time?
We have every intention. The crew has been working around the clock to get the ship ready. There's still so much to do.
Stuck. I got just the thing.
That's kind of weird.
Is that.
I thought that thing was totally fried. Nice work, Carter.
Nothing to it, Neely.
And not a moment too soon. The boss wants us down in engineering. Like, now.
Now as another character. Interesting.
Good to see her fully operational again. And if she breaks, we'll just fix her. Engineer.
I heard the new EXO just arrived. Won't be long before we get underway. I just hope whatever Chovok called us down for, it's something good. I can never tell with him. I'd rather not end up degaussing plasma manifolds. Hanging upside down makes me queasy.
You and me working together, we can tackle anything he throws at us.
Your optimism is positively contagious. Looks like we got here before.
Lieutenant Commander Chovak.
We were just looking for you, Commander.
Petty Officers Ed Solar, Diaz. I was beginning to think you would be late. We are all hands on deck right now, which means if you are not at your post at the appointed time, I do not have someone to replace you. A point I have been forced to make to Petty Officer Edsolar on repeated occasions.
Apologies for the delay, Commander.
I do not want your apologies. Simply see to it that it does not happen again.
So, I don't suppose you wanted us down here to check in before we go off duty?
Equip yourselves in EV suits to work on the exterior of the hull. I need you to tune the structural integrity field for optimal performance. The subspace distortions and ionic interference we are experiencing are preventing the proper calibration. But this ship must be ready to depart shortly, despite the storm. The precise nature of these disturbances are not fully understood. But many systems have been affected by the wide band of emissive activity.
Whatever it throws at us, we'll be ready. We've got the best chief engineer in the fleet.
I am a Vulcan, Mr. Diaz. Flattery is not necessary. All that I require is that you do your job.
What's up, Digital
Right
Bat?
now, that entails critical preparations, because long-range sensors show that these disturbances will be more severe at our destination, the Hotari system. You have your orders. Do not delay.
Yes,
Roger
Commander
that.
Chovak. All hands on deck.
What's that?
All hands on deck. That's what Chovak said. You know what that means? It means this ship isn't ready to go out and the brass know it. So they're throwing every warm body at it. And they're going to leave on schedule. Consequences be damned.
Won't get an argument from me, Nelly. Sure seems like everyone's still scrambling.
And I get it. When has a relaunch ever gone off without a hitch? But this isn't just any old refit or any old relaunch.
Whoa.
Excuse me.
A lot of new faces coming on board. It's gotta be tough coming as a replacement. That's for sure.
Man, we've been through a whole hell of a lot as a crew. They're gonna have to prove themselves before they're really one of us.
Oh shit,
Yeah,
I
you're
chose
right.
that. I should have
Anyone
chose
could
that.
look serious in a clean uniform. Show me what you can do when everything's falling apart. Hold on. Now there's an old face I didn't expect to see again. Hey, Miranda.
You weren't gonna leave without me, were you?
Miranda, you're here?
We thought you were staying on the Adirondack.
Transfer came in at
Adirondack.
the last minute, so I figured I'd slum it on this bucket of bolts. Looks like you got her back together pretty nicely. I wasn't sure what to expect.
I'm gonna take the high road here, pretend you didn't say that, and welcome you aboard.
He's a better diplomat than I am.
He still owes me a bottle of Saurian brandy. Don't think I forgot.
Oh yeah, it's coming back to me now.
Maybe Carter can rustle up that bottle and we can give you a proper welcome. As soon as we wrap up this quick little spacewalk.
Here, let me help you.
Thanks.
So what's the word? Are you back in the security rotation?
Yep. Still running with the usual suspects.
Whoa.
Good to go. See you on the other side.
Activating magnetic souls.
This might be interesting.
That view never gets old.
Let's go.
So this is interesting, going back and forth with characters.
Captain Solano should be here momentarily. You'll have to forgive me, I don't know much about aliens. But my understanding is you need a steady supply of duridium to keep your cell structure stabilized, or bad things start to happen.
Oh.
And we have plenty of duridium in sickbay, so there's no risk of running out.
Thank you.
Feel free to make yourself at home. And help yourself to whatever you like from the replicator.
I can't believe he keeps this around. Don't even know where mine is.
Interesting. They're not highlighting. That's what you get up
He's
to.
still got a thing for trains. The warp engines of their day, apparently.
Interesting.
The first mineral Captain Solano ever discovered. Always was the nostalgic type. Can't wait to plot a course myself. Just a sip of something. Tea. That's lovely.
Jara Rydek. Last time I saw you, it was graduation from the academy. You'd already secured one of the most prestigious assignments possible. And you were burning with enough ambition to fuel 7 trips around the Necrit Expanse.
It's good to see you again, Captain.
I could not be happier to have you on the Resolute. My only regret is that we couldn't provide you with a warmer welcome. The arrival of a first officer to her new ship deserves a bit of fanfare.
You can spare me the pomp and circumstance.
Oh, shit.
There's plenty of work to be done without all that.
Oh, shit.
You always had a work ethic like nothing I'd ever seen.
Don't like that snappiness.
That's just what this ship needs at the moment.
Oh.
As I'm sure you've heard, we've had a rough go of it these last 6 months. The ship suffered some damage, but not nearly as much as the crew.
I heard that you had an equipment malfunction.
Is that what they're calling it? No, that's just someone being generous. If anything, it was a leadership malfunction. We were on the verge of a major scientific breakthrough. A quantum leap forward in warp core technology. 10,000 teradynes per second. The ability to travel at a sustained rate of speed longer and faster than we ever dreamed. What would have been the crowning achievement of my career. Right there, within our grasp. Until it all went so horribly wrong. We pushed her too hard, and a warp core malfunction overloaded the system, creating a pressure gradient way beyond what the ship can handle. It was heartbreaking. We lost some of our best people. As captain, I have to take full responsibility. It was my decision to make, and I have to live with the consequences.
We all know the risks when we sign up. There are no guarantees. As much as we tell ourselves otherwise.
True. But as captain, my job is to mitigate and manage the risks as much as possible. And that's where I failed. In my defense, I will say I might have avoided the whole ordeal if my senior staff had been willing to trust me. There was a lot of pushback from my former XO, and I think that cost me his confidence. I don't want you to pull me punches. Certainly not on my account.
Uh-oh.
But once we decide on a course of action, I need everyone to fully commit to the mission. Anything short of that just won't work. And that's when things start to go sideways.
This is your ship, and you are the captain. So as far as I'm concerned, whatever you say, goes.
That's the kind of support I'm looking for. Look, I'll be blunt. We can't afford another mistake. Or at least, I can't. I feel like my career is hanging in the balance here. We need a win.
That's all he's thinking about is
Something
his
to
career.
restore the crew's confidence.
I understand.
On a more positive note, Starfleet has tasked us with what they're calling a mission of the highest priority. Escorting a senior diplomat to Hotari space. Two previously peaceful and otherwise non-aggressive civilizations now find themselves on the brink of all-out war.
So it's a peacekeeping mission.
I see it as a golden opportunity to not only prove what the Resolute and her crew are truly capable of, but also a mission for which we're uniquely qualified. This ionic storm. Our long-range sensors suggest it's several orders of magnitude stronger than anything on record. A total anomaly like nothing we've seen before. And you'll never guess where it leads.
Hotari.
Exactly. Very nearly in the precise location where we're headed. Where I imagine the interference will be exponentially greater.
Who is the senior diplomat we're escorting?
That I don't know. Starfleet hasn't said. But I don't want to get ahead of myself. I expect we'll have some rough sledding when we arrive, so I need you to prepare the crew for the worst. There's just one more thing I want to clarify up front.
Oh, this guy's
The
getting
metric
sick
that
already.
for me will be the ultimate measure of your success.
What is it?
If after serving as my first officer, you don't one day find yourself with a ship of your own, then I will consider it my personal failure. When that might happen is entirely up to you. But it goes without saying, you have my full support.
It's been a dream of mine since before I can remember. So I would be honored to become a captain someday.
As long as you're willing to do the work, you have my promise. I'll do everything in my power to see that it happens.
Thank you.
Come, let me introduce you to the crew. Everyone, if I could have your attention for a moment. I'd like to introduce Commander Jara Rydek, our new first officer. Some quick introductions. This is Lieutenant Handar, our helmsman, one of the best in the business.
One of?
Well, what he lacks in humility more than makes up for in ability.
A pleasure to meet you, Commander.
Likewise.
Next, we have Commander Westbrook, our Chief Science Officer. I've come to rely on his expert counsel on a regular basis.
Pleasure.
Commander Rydek, it is such an honor to meet you.
This is our tactical officer, Lieutenant Bedrosian, who's been looking forward to meeting you for about as long as I can remember.
I've been following your career for quite some time. And I look forward to learning as much as I can from you.
If anything, the honor is mine.
Well, I have to admit, one of the reasons I've followed your career is because you're part Kobliad, because of what you've overcome. Starfleet stands up for people who can't defend themselves, and you were one of those people once.
Uh-oh.
But since then, you've done so much to protect others who need it. I really admire that.
Oh,
So, you've been something of an inspiration to me. Not that I've done anything close to what you've done, but you definitely set a standard to strive for.
That's very kind of you to say, but enough about me. We have a lot of work to do.
Oh, yes, of course.
And then, of course,
gotta
you've
do that
already
commander
met
thing.
Commander Irmont. Please, do everything you can to make Commander Rydek
Very
feel at
chatty.
home here. I'll be on the starbase. I have an urgent meeting with the starbase commander to get our authorization to get underway. If they drag their feet any longer, we won't make our rendezvous. The bridge is yours.
Not yet, not yet.
Science station. The Resolute is a science vessel, primarily. Might explain Commander Westbrook's attitude. I'll have to speak with him later. Tactical station. Hopefully a diplomatic mission won't require we use our weapons much. But if it comes to that, we'll be ready. Communications. Keeps us in contact internally and with other vessels. Operations. Staffing, supplies. There's a lot to keep track of on a starship. Good thing we have Commander Irmont. The helm. The Resolute is a refitted Centaur class, meaning it's capable of quick maneuvers. Can't wait to see what she can do. Tactical hollow dais. Just like they've got on the Excelsior.
Wow.
The first officer seat. My seat. Right now, though, I need to fill in for Captain Solano.
Commander, Chief Engineer Chovak needs to lower the structural integrity field. He's sent a crew out to recalibrate the emitters in response to the danger posed by the storm. We just need your go-ahead.
Permission granted.
Lowering structural integrity field, now.
Entering maintenance mode. Condition blue.
Oh shit,
The storm
now
is getting worse.
Looks like they turned off the SIF.
Great. Let's get to that emitter.
I gotta go to break on the station. Gotta wait. About 35 seconds.
Every time we're out here, I half expect to see her in pieces again.
She's still got some scars on her. It adds character.
When I joined Starfleet, all I wanted was a ride out of town. But this isn't exactly how I pictured it.
On the outside of the ship?
No. Sometimes it feels like we're just part of the machinery. Don't you want more than that? I mean, Starfleet is noble and all, but it's still a machine.
Now, what are you complaining about? We got the best seat in the house out here. You wanted to get away. I enlisted because I didn't want to wait years just to get out and see the galaxy. I wanted to go somewhere, see new worlds, look up at bit of sky no one's ever seen before. Just because I'm cranking a hyperspanner up in a Jeffries tube today doesn't mean that's all I'll ever be. Diaz to Commander Chovak. We are at the SIF emitter.
Acknowledged. You may proceed with the recalibration.
Alright, what am I gonna choose?
Beginning recalibration.
Turn... Okay, what the fuck? Turn nodes to the center. What? Turn nodes to center the circular... What the fuck? Retarded. What am I supposed to do? In the middle?
Careful. Too much action and harmonics will deflect the alignment.
I don't even know what the fuck I'm doing.
Light touch, Carter.
Oh my god.
Looks good. That wasn't so hard.
Commander Westbrook, right? Chief Science Officer.
You remembered my name and my rank. Impressive. Yes, I am the Chief Science Officer, and I have the dubious honor of being the most senior officer on this bridge. I know this ship inside and out. Better than just about anyone.
What a very impressive list of credentials.
This is a research and discovery ship, first and foremost. Now with a former tactical officer as its new first officer. I'm curious, though. A Kobliad, or half in your case,
oh wow,
he's an
really
odd choice for first officer.
Oh, we gotta set this dude straight.
But if, as an example, we found ourselves in a hostile situation, and you were suddenly incapacitated because you needed an infusion, what would happen then? You'd leave Captain Solano without an XO. Granted, that would be a worst-case scenario.
That's very kind of you to be concerned about my well-being. But you don't need to trouble yourself on my account. I'll be fine.
Well, I wouldn't say I was concerned, just curious, that's all.
Gotta watch him. He's an asshole.
Listen, can I be blunt, Commander?
I see no reason to stop now.
Commander Sutherland, your predecessor, was one of the best first officers in all of Starfleet. His record was impeccable and his reputation was without equal. I mean no disrespect, but the shoes you're stepping into are almost impossible to fill.
Jesus
He
Christ.
was loved by the crew. And he was one of my closest friends.
I don't think I could ever replace Commander Sutherland. And it would be a mistake to even try.
Seeing as Captain Solano is on the starbase, let me give you an update on this ion storm we're flying into. It's unusual, unlike anything I've ever seen. At the moment, I can't tell you if the Resolute will shrug it off or if we're putting ourselves at risk. However, if we learn more about its patterns, its nature, we can come up with a scientific countermeasure. Just a moment.
Kobayashi wave inbound.
On screen.
Oh shit.
Tracing its trajectory.
Starbase docking clamps are holding.
The storm's emissions are fluctuating, coming in waves. And if my projections are right, we're about to get hit by a wideband burst of ionic energy. Like a tsunami.
I'm reading power abnormalities.
Red alert.
Aye. Evacuating main gangway and retracting.
Putting sensor visualization on screen.
With the structural integrity field shut down, we can't take a direct hit.
Time to impact. 1 minute.
Shield systems are severely impacted. We have limited protection.
I need every available solution. What are our options?
We can weaken the impact of the storm with a deflector pulse.
There's a better way.
I'm sending all auxiliary power to the deflector dish.
Send the aux power to the shields. We can't reactivate the entire shield bubble, but it's a directional threat. So we can orient all we have towards the wave. You have to believe me.
We only get one shot at this. We can't afford to get it wrong.
That's right, which is why we need to send power to our shields.
Bedrosian, get those shields up.
Rerouting power to shields. Stand by. I need a heading. We've only got one shot.
Understood. On my command.
Heading locked.
Raise shields.
This is it!
All hands, brace for impact.
What happened?
We have experienced a surge of radiation.
Oh, you don't say.
This radiation supercharged the plasma, forcing it to backflush through the system and creating a dangerous imbalance.
That can blow out every primary system on the ship.
Just tell us where you need us.
I need you to traverse the hull to the access port to recalibrate the port nacelle plasma regulator.
What?
We've reached the first access point.
Understood. Do you see the override for the level 1 failsafe circuits?
Affirmative.
Engage the override. It should allow us to stop the EPS flow to the warp engine without triggering an automatic core shutdown.
Failsafe override engaged.
Are you sure? I am registering some crosstalk in the bypass circuit.
We need to route the signals so they don't interfere with each other.
Diaz to Resolute. The failsafes are temporarily disabled. Moving on to the EPS regulator.
Heads up, Carter.
What is that?
One of the discharges coalesced.
It's coming right toward us. I'm gonna try to disrupt it with my phaser.
So we gotta climb up the pylon. Not that there's really an up, but, you know.
took most of it. Just snuck up on me.
That damaged your suit. Energy damage is down to 60%. To the regulator.
Oh, come on.
Carter!
That hurt.
Do not get hit again.
We're at the regulator. Opening the access panel.
Now halting the EPS flow to the port nacelle. We have little time before it causes an overload in the engine. You must work efficiently.
Manifold adjusters reset to neutral.
Hook the other one.
The EPS lines to the port warp engine are back in balance. Almost done. Once I cycle the manifold nozzles, Chovak can...
I wasn't paying a fucking attention.
Get down! DS to bridge. We just lost the docking clamp. We've got a lot of debris coming down. All vibrations, too. We can't finish the EPS regulation in these conditions. Please advise.
We have to release the ship from that other docking clamp or the hull will be ripped apart.
There's a problem. The clamps are supposed to disengage automatically in an emergency, but it's not working.
Not working?
What are our options?
The docking clamps are fitted with exploding bolts for an emergency release.
We've got crew out there. That'd be like setting off a bomb next to them.
Maybe there's another way.
Starbase is hailing us.
Put him through.
Resolute, the remaining mooring arm is failing. You need to disengage from the starbase now. The damage to the station will be catastrophic.
All right, Starbase, we're on it.
Acknowledged.
Commander, hear me out. Reverse the polarity of the hull, which theoretically will repel the docking clamps.
And repel the engineering crew right off the hull into the storm.
This is Captain Solano. Put me on screen.
Go ahead. Captain, we have a situation.
Commander, what are you doing? Blow the bolts on the docking clamp.
The captain doesn't know the whole story.
I'm giving you an order.
Oh, shit.
Chara?
Captain, you brought me here because you trusted me. Can you trust me now?
You better be sure you make the right decision.
Oh, shit.
The captain made himself quite clear.
They're gonna get hammered with debris out there. Reverse the polarity.
There is
protocol.
And there are lives.
Starbase, stand by. We're gonna flip hull polarity to disengage the clamps.
Yes, Commander.
Repair crew, this is Acting Captain Jara Rydek. Be advised, we are going to reverse hull polarity to free us from the remaining docking clamp. Tether yourself and deactivate your boots on my mark.
Understood.
Holy shit.
8, 7, 6, 5, 4, 3, 2, 1. Mark!
Grab my hand! I got you.
Thank you.
Plasma imbalance is reaching critical condition. We are moments from primary system failure.
I got it.
Oh my god.
Look out!
Shit. Oh shit.
I got you. Petty Officer Edselar's hurt and unconscious. I'm gonna have to tow her back to the airlock.
Mr. Diaz, the situation has changed. You are at risk of triggering a substantial electromagnetic arc if you approach the main hull the way you came.
But Commander, the way we came is the nearest airlock.
There is an auxiliary hatch near you on the far end of the pylon. You must bring Miss Edselar there to access the interior.
Roger that. Go in there now. I'm at the auxiliary hatch.
You go first.
What?
Let me save your neck this time. No time to fight me on this. Get in there!
You better be right behind me.
Oh shit.
We're in.
They're safe, bringing the SIF fully online.
Do it.
We made the right choices. Wow. Wonder what the captain's gonna say now. Disobeyed a direct order.
Carter!
I'm okay. I'm okay. But Edselar...
Here, let me help you.
Oh, shit.
Medical. We've got one wounded at my location. Millie.
Oh, man.
She's alive.
We'll see you at sickbay.
Status report.
Uh-oh.
The repair crew made it inside. EPS flow is back to nominal levels. The SIF is back up.
How does this affect mission readiness, Mr. Ermot?
Releasing the docking clamps using hull polarity minimized damage to the Resolute. We'll have some last-minute repairs to make, but if we reapportion some of the staff, we can make our departure on time. As of now, however, we are successfully moored to the station.
Good to hear. Send updates to my ready room. Commander Rydek, with me.
I knew it. I knew it. Here we go.
You disobeyed my orders.
I knew it.
Well?
Respectfully, Captain, I made the right choice given the information
You
I had.
disobeyed my orders! And not just in front of the bridge crew, but the Starbase staff as well. That's going to get around. My name's already tarnished around the fleet.
That's all he's worried about.
What is it going to do to my credibility on this ship? From the top to the bottom. Bridge to lower decks.
Fuck him.
Maybe I shouldn't have disobeyed a direct order, but you were wrong. You weren't on board, and you didn't have all the information. So I made the right decision for the ship. If you're worried about your credibility, put your ego aside and trust your crew. Trust me.
You might have won some fans on the bridge with that stunt, but not everyone. Lieutenant Commander Chovak has already bent my ear.
I'm sure he doesn't take it personally. He'll get over it in time.
Mr. Chovak is more complicated than he would want to admit. I guess we all are.
Thank God.
And, if I'm being honest, I'm not sure what I would have done in the moment either. You never really know if you weren't in those shoes. So, let's just boil it down to, you did what you had to.
Thank you for understanding, sir. I'm sure no one knows the burden of command as well as you do.
I'm sure you will. Despite it all, we got our final Starfleet clearance to depart. So if you'll fetch Mr. Ermot, we'll knock out the final details of any outstanding repairs, and then we'll set out for Hotari.
Yes, sir.
Good.
All departments reporting full mission readiness. We've got our full complement on board.
This is my favorite moment, right now.
The start of a new mission is always full of possibility.
The Orion Syndicate could sell it as a drug.
Don't let the Admiralty hear you say that.
Captain on the bridge.
Sit, everyone. You all know, I'm not big on speeches. We're embarking on the first mission since our refit. Let's make it a good one. Disengage docking clamps.
Docking clamps released.
Thrusters ahead, Mr. Handar.
Set a course for the Hotari system. Prepare to go to war.
Not bad, not bad.
You know what? You take this one.
Me? Engage.
Simple, but effective.
Easy.
Thank you. I'm fine. Really,
You don't look so good.
Fuck. The fuck is going on? Oh, she needs her stuff.
I have to get to sickbay.
Go.
Commander, help me get her inside.
The fuck? The fuck? Oh shit. Why isn't the thing playing? That is so bizarre. What just happened on the station?
That was quite a scare.
His
Few
file
minutes more
just
and it would have
died.
been one of the shortest tenures on record for a first officer.
is that the engineer that was out on the hull?
That storm did a real number on her, but
That is so
she'll
bizarre.
live. Just needs rest. You should worry about yourself. Your duridium levels got dangerously low and destabilized your cell structure.
This is definitely one of the more memorable first days I can think of.
My name is Dr. Aram Duval, Chief Medical Officer. To be honest, I've never met a Kobliad before. You're
rare. I know.
I was going to say special. Your people's numbers have dwindled, despite the Federation's efforts to find a more readily available alternative to the duridium you need to survive. Yet you joined Starfleet and managed to thrive. I imagine the responsibility must be overwhelming. Maybe even a burden at times.
I know what it means. And I know the responsibility that comes with it. But I can't be anything more than who I am. And if someone has a problem with that, or expects something else, then that's their problem, not mine.
That's exactly right. And don't worry, I won't treat you like a science experiment. I just do the science and leave the experiments to Solano.
You don't agree with his methods?
I don't agree with his definition of acceptable risks. Not when the lives of your crew are at stake. My professional opinion is that the accident took a toll. More than he's willing to admit. He's overstressed, operating in the pressure cooker of his own mind. Which is never a good headspace when the lives of your crew are at stake. What concerns me is that now he's even further away from the thing he's been chasing his entire career. Breakthrough discovery. The major innovation. Something he can put his name on.
Oh my god.
But the more the time passes and the further out of reach it gets, the more risk he'll be willing to take.
I hear you. But that's my job, isn't it? To make sure that doesn't happen. And we don't lose sight of the bigger picture.
Which is exactly why I'm so glad you're here. We need you now more than ever. And I have to give you credit for what happened on the bridge. It took guts to defy a direct order.
Huh. I guess word travels fast around here.
It's a small ship. And everyone's curious about the new XO. Fortunately, your cell structure's almost completely stabilized. And I'll spare us both the lecture, but I do feel it's my responsibility to remind you, without regular infusions of duridium, you will not live. It's as simple as that.
Understood.
Then, my work here is done.
Lieutenant Bedrosian.
I came to see if you were okay. We were all pretty worried on the bridge. No one knew what was happening.
I'm feeling much better. Thank you. It's just part of who I am.
You don't have to explain to me. I understand. I'm just glad you're okay. You trusted me earlier with the shields.
This is a little weird.
And I appreciated that. I want you to know that I have your back.
Thank you.
Complete the diagnostic sequence, and this shuttle will be cleared for service.
Yes, sir.
The storm in the Hotari region will interfere with our transporters, so we need all available shuttlecraft in working order.
Excuse me, Commander Chobok.
Petty Officer Maris, I will leave you to your work.
I stopped by sickbay and saw Millie. I figured you'd want to know.
Did the doc get her fixed up?
She's stable, but there's something about the storm's radiation that's making it hard to heal the energy burns.
That doesn't sound good.
She's toughing it out. Dr. Duval said she'll be back on duty soon, though.
Come on. I have to run the final diagnostic.
I can't stay long. I've got a long to-do list before we get to Hotari, and things are piling on faster than I can check them off. We're making all our last-minute checks and security, too.
Well, nothing's ever 100%, but we'll be good to go.
And if you wait until you are ready, it's probably too late. Which is why I didn't want to wait for just the right time. I had a chance to think about this while I was away. You and Millie almost got killed out on the hull. And I thought it was important that I just come out and tell you.
Uh-oh.
Instead of tiptoeing around it. Or worse.
Now, this is just a guess, but you like me. Is that what this is?
How'd you know? Must have been pretty obvious. Which is funny because...
Well, you know, I was hoping.
I guess that makes this a little easier to say. We've been really good friends for a long time. I want to see if there's more between us than just being friends.
You don't have to explain it. I feel the same way. There is something between us.
So, do you want to find out what that something is?
Uh-oh.
If it's there for you, and it's there for me...
Are you kidding me? I just said yes.
I wanted to be sure I heard that right.
These are...
That's a good one.
Uncharted territories.
I'd call it a chemistry experiment. You know, with us.
We can take it slow. It's not a 5-year mission or anything, but we've got plenty of time together.
Well, let's not drag our feet on it.
Level 1 diagnostic complete.
I have to get back to that to-do list. They're probably looking for me.
Can't blame them.
I'll be seeing you.
Approaching the rendezvous point outside Atari space.
Helm, bring us out of warp.
Dropping to impulse.
Holy shit.
Ionic interference surging, Captain. Shield integrity holding.
We can take it.
We are at the correct coordinates to meet the shuttle.
Commander Rydek, find us our diplomat, if you will.
Aye, Captain. Let's reduce the noise. Filter out environmental signals. I can manually tune what's left for Federation signal types.
The fuck?
I've located the shuttle.
Opening comms.
On screen.
Uh-oh.
Shuttle to Resolute. Shuttle to Resolute. Debris field. Lost maneuvering. Losing.
I can't get it any clearer.
We won't get a transporter
tractor
lock.
beam.
It's just not happening.
Power up the tractor beam.
For real.
We'll pull them directly into the docking bay.
Diaz, you good to run the tractor emitter?
Yes, sir.
Come on, Diaz. First thing, lock onto the shuttle and stabilize the rotation.
Uh-oh.
We're pulling in debris.
I'm on it.
Use tractor beam. Oh shit.
That's gonna take out the shuttle. Diaz, the bridge. There's a large piece of debris headed for the shuttle. The tractor beam can't handle it.
Can our shields take it?
I believe so.
Commander Ryder, plot an intercept course.
On it.
What the fuck? I'm a little confused here. What the flying fuck?
Here we go. Maneuvering thrusters bearing 53 Mark 17. 200 meters on an intercept course.
Maneuvering.
Got it.
Whoa! Someone's working hard on the bridge. We got the shuttlecraft on board.
Good job. We're on our way down to meet them.
Terra firma, so to speak.
Ambassador Spock. The captain will be right down to meet you, sir.
In that case, I will wait for him here.
Oh shit.
let me be the first to say, welcome to the Resolute, Ambassador.
Thank you, Petty Officer...
Carter? Carter Diaz. Sir.
I am pleased to meet you, Petty Officer Carter Diaz. It appears I have you to thank for my safe arrival. Your assistance arrived not a moment too soon.
All in a day's work, Ambassador. This is what I'm here for.
Quite dutifully. We thought we were prepared for our arrival in Hotari space, but it is evident my craft was not sufficiently robust for such intense ionic activity.
The storm has been pretty intense.
There was an element that was most unusual. Before you came to our aid, our maneuvering thrusters and impulse engines were rendered inoperable. So we attempted a short traversal at warp speed, only to find that we could not achieve warp at all, even though our diagnostics computer showed no faults or anomalies. What do you make of that? When all indications say that warp speed is possible, but in practice, we find it is not.
I'd rather investigate than speculate.
A sound principle.
Take readings, run some additional diagnostic checks, and we'll get to the bottom of this.
Quite logical, Petty Officer Diaz. Thank you.
Ambassador Spock.
Excuse me.
I'm honored to have you aboard. I'd like to get right to it. We're already behind. Ambassador Spock, my senior staff. It's not every day that a captain gets to welcome a Starfleet legend aboard.
You flatter me, Captain Solano. But legend implies the past tense, as I am very much focused on our present circumstances.
I didn't mean to suggest you were stuck in the past. You're right, Ambassador. Not the most diplomatic choice of words.
We're all curious about the future, Ambassador. Specifically, what exactly are we getting involved in here?
We got the basics from Starfleet. Two formerly peaceful neighbors are now on the brink of war.
Indeed, and the tension between them grows fiercer by the hour. Ilidia and Hotari. Ilidians are the more advanced species. They made first contact with the Hotari over a century ago. This is Tau, the Hotari moon. It is rich in dilithium, and for decades, the Hotari and the Ilidians have shared a mining operation there. The Ilidians provide the technological resources, while the Hotari have served as the labor force. The stability of that arrangement was the source of their peace, until recently. The Hotari have suddenly and forcefully seized control of the mining operations and expelled the Ilidians from their system. That is the official story, as told by the Hotari when they requested Federation mediation. But the details remain scant. Communications between all parties have been limited by the ionic interference.
Have the Ilidians retaliated against the Hotari? Or taken any action against them?
Surprisingly, they have not yet responded in kind. They were open to a Federation presence, but it is unlikely the relatively primitive Hotari forces would stand a chance against the Ilidian fleet in open war. Left unchecked, this conflict will result in more bloodshed, which is what we are here to prevent.
And the dilithium trade hangs in the balance.
Clearly, the Hotari have been exploited in this relationship.
Maybe we can persuade them peace is the more profitable alternative for everyone. They both profited from the mines. And for the Hotari, something is better than nothing. Peace is our objective, after all.
That is correct.
If we could convince them, it would restore the peace. But we would need the Hotari to accept a difficult compromise.
Made all the more difficult by the emotions flaring on both sides, no doubt.
Neither the Elydians or the Hotari are members of the Federation, so we can't make them do anything.
There is an additional complicating factor I should mention. In the past, the Federation has relied on the Elydians as a source of dilithium.
That certainly changes things.
Federation sources its dilithium from a lot of places.
Yeah, and this is one of them.
So we've already played a part in this.
Unfortunately, that is indeed the case, Commander Rydek.
We're morally obligated to make this right.
Hold on. Our only obligation is to negotiate the peaceful resolution of this conflict.
Given the Federation's involvement in the Elydium dilithium trade, Captain Solano and I must make every effort to appear neutral in these negotiations.
What worries me is if this whole thing unravels, and we're at the mercy of the storm at less than full strength.
We can't let it come to that.
Considering what the ion storm has done to our ship, and the Ambassador's shuttle, we have to assume the Elydian fleet has had problems with it as well. This recent surge in the energy disturbance temporarily levels the playing field.
Commander Westbrook is correct. The energy anomalies around the Hotari systems have been noted in the past. But they have never been observed on the orders of magnitude we have seen in recent weeks.
If it's keeping the two sides talking instead of shooting at each other, that actually helps us negotiate a peace.
And we'll take advantage of that as long as it works in our favor.
And when it doesn't?
All the more reason to learn as much about it as we can while we are here. We do not want to be caught unprepared, should the energy anomaly continue to fluctuate. So I trust we understand our circumstances.
We're operating on a strict timetable here, and we're going to be leaving for the negotiations shortly. Commander Westbrook, I want you to leverage our systems to investigate the anomaly from here while we're gone.
Aye, Captain.
Thank you all.
Dismissed.
I want to speak to both of you privately.
Ambassador Spock, I'd like to make a formal introduction. My first officer, Commander Jara Rydek.
Commander, as you are aware, there are limits to what Captain Solano and I can do in our official capacity as representatives of the Federation. But someone in an unofficial capacity, your first officer, for example, would not be bound by those restrictions. Commander Rydek could ingratiate herself to certain parties behind the scenes, where they may be more candid in revealing information that could lead to a resolution.
She certainly goes her own way. Maybe that helps in this case.
I'm perfectly happy to work outside the lines.
And by extension, you will be doing your duty, Commander.
Just not too far outside the lines. Well, I hope Commander Rydek will have more luck finding out what really happened than we will through official diplomatic channels.
The fate of the negotiations, the interests of the Federation, and the prospect for peace may very well depend on it.
Mr. Diaz, I understand you have already discussed the warp drive failure with Ambassador Spock?
I have.
It is imperative that the Ambassador's shuttle be flight ready. I need you both to ascertain the root cause of the system failures he encountered.
I'm surprised, Commander. I thought you would have wanted to work on Ambassador Spock's shuttle yourself.
I respect the Ambassador and his many accomplishments, but I do not derive any satisfaction from interacting with his shuttle as if it were somehow transubstantiated through its association with him. Especially when I have the entirety of this starship to concern myself with. I am not the chief engineer of this shuttlecraft.
The Ambassador asked me to take a look, and I'm ready to crack this thing open.
Good. You could learn from Mr. Diaz's focus.
I'll take notes.
Then I will leave you to it. Make note of any abnormalities in your report. Carry on.
One nice thing about Vulcans. Chovok is the only person who didn't look at this and treat me like I was something to pity. Doc says I should get used to it. Doesn't mean I want to be reminded of it every minute of the day.
Hey, you won't get pity from me. I think it makes you look tough. As tough as you really are, that is.
And that makes you sound pretty smart. I might need you to save me from myself next time, though. Come on. Let's get to the bottom of this.
That's not green.
Ready to go?
All set. Let's run the diagnostic.
That's not too good.
So... I know about your talk with Miranda.
You do?
She sent me a Priority 1 dispatch right after your conversation. I'm happy for you. Both of you.
Thanks.
But I'm only going to tell you this once. Don't screw this up. Because I would be very unhappy if you tried this out and then, I don't know, 6 weeks or 6 days later, I have to start splitting holidays between the two of you. All because things went south and you're not on speaking terms. That just isn't gonna work for me.
You really don't believe in me, huh?
It's not you. Or her. Just running the numbers, and things don't work out more often than they do. I like my friends, and I like our group. I don't want to lose that. Is that thing done yet?
Yeah, it's wrapping up. Let's see. The relays along the primary EPS are blown. The backup relays are all intact.
An EPS overload from the warp drive could cause that. But how did the shuttle end up dead in the water?
Huh. Well, maybe the ship's data recorder can tell us something. Here.
They were only about 8 minutes from their plotted warp point. No faults, just those warnings. What are they?
There was a complete warp cascade failure.
Wow. They're lucky the shuttle didn't turn inside out.
Makes me think the computer panicked on the warp field equation. The warp field became inverted suddenly.
I've seen this happen when the center warp coil cracks.
A cracked warp coil throws a fault code.
Still, we should take a look.
Subspace variance out of tolerance. What does that mean?
It means the main navigation array lost sight of space somehow.
Will the array going offline cause that?
Yes, but it should have also thrown a fault code. Any one of these failures should have thrown a fault.
If it was caused by a system failure.
None of this caused the relays to blow. Roll forward to when that happened.
Yes, ma'am.
So here, they take a moment to get their bearings and they attempt to re-engage the warp drive.
There. That's the relays blowing.
And look, there's another warp system alert.
They're all the same. Subspace variance out of tolerance, or warp inversions. Finally, there's a complete warp cascade failure.
Then it's one of two things. Either a warp coil is cracked, or the navigation array is offline.
That makes sense.
Divide and conquer. You want to check the warp coils or the navigation array? I'll check the other. Let's not overcomplicate this. One of these systems is likely broken.
I'll check the navigation array.
What's up, James? Uh-oh. Try to recon and use X to equip the host track. You must be close to some objects. fuck? What just happened? I am not starting back from the fucking beginning. Oh, you gotta be kidding. What is that glitch?
Mr. Diaz,
Oh,
I understand you have already discussed the warp drive failure with Ambassador Spock.
I have.
It is imperative that the Ambassador's shuttle be flight ready.
It's glitched.
I need you both to ascertain the root cause of the system failures he encountered.
I'm surprised, Commander. I thought you would have wanted to work on Ambassador Spock's shuttle yourself.
I respect the Ambassador and his many accomplishments, but I do not derive any satisfaction from interacting with his shuttle as if it were somehow transubstantiated through its association with him. Especially when I have the entirety of this starship to concern myself with.
Oh, cool. James.
I am
What's
not
up,
the chief
Chantal?
engineer of this shuttlecraft.
The ambassador asked me to take a look.
A week away, Chantal. A week away.
Good. You could learn from Mr. Diaz's focus.
I'll take notes.
Then I will leave you to it. Make note of any abnormalities in your report. Carry on.
One nice thing about Vulcans. Chovak is the only person who didn't look at this and treat me like I was something to pity.
Okay.
Doc says I should get used to it.
I'm sorry I went first.
Now that sounds like self-pity, and I'm even less interested in that.
Nilly. Okay.
Let's just crack the shuttle open and see what we're dealing with.
You're gonna meet Tycho? Get ready for that.
Ready to go?
All set. Let's run the diagnostic. So, I know about your talk with Miranda.
You do?
Yeah, that's
She
cool,
sent me a
Niagara.
Priority 1 dispatch right after your conversation. I'm happy for you. Both of you.
Thanks.
But
Oh,
I'm
shit,
only
break in
going to
30
tell you
seconds.
this once. Don't screw this up. Because I would be very
What the
unhappy
fuck
if you
is
tried this
going
out and then,
on?
I don't know, 6 weeks or 6 days later, I have to start splitting holidays between the two of you.
His file is not
All
working
because
again.
things went south and you're not on speaking terms.
I don't get it.
That just isn't gonna work for me.
Something's
And
not
I
working
know
right.
you'll respect that.
This shit is bizarre. I'm having problems with his file. It's on their end, it's not mine. Alright, what's going on?
You really don't believe in me, huh?
It's not you. Or her. Just running the numbers.
So
and
fucking bizarre.
Things don't work out more often than they do.
It's the second time it glitched.
I like my friends and I like our group. I don't want to lose that. Is that thing done yet?
Yeah, it's wrapping up. Let's see. The relays along the primary EPS
All right,
are blown.
Chantal.
The backup relays are all intact.
An EPS overload from the warp drive could cause that. But how
Yeah,
did the shuttle
something
end
weird.
up
That
dead
was
in the
weird.
water?
That's twice tonight.
Well, maybe the ship's
So
data
I'm watching
recorder
the
can tell us
station on
something.
this screen.
Here.
They were only about 8 minutes from their plotted warp point. No faults, just those warnings. What are they?
There was a complete warp cascade failure.
Wow. They're lucky the shuttle didn't turn inside out.
Makes me think the computer panicked on the warp field equation. The warp field became inverted suddenly.
I've seen this happen when the center warp coil cracks.
A cracked warp coil throws a fault code.
Still, we should take a look.
Subspace variance out of tolerance. What does that mean?
It means the main navigation array lost sight of space somehow.
Will the array going offline cause that?
Yes, but it should have also thrown a fault code. Any one of these failures should have thrown a fault.
I can't wait to go to bed at 1.
If it was caused by a system failure.
None of this caused the relays to blow.
I'm so tired from
Roll
today.
forward to when that happened.
Yes, ma'am.
So here, they take a moment to get their bearings and they attempt to re-engage the warp drive.
There. That's the relays blowing.
And look, there's another warp system alert.
They're all the same. Subspace variants out of tolerance, or warp inversions. Finally, there's a complete warp cascade failure.
Then it's one of two things. Either a warp coil is cracked, or the navigation array is offline.
That makes sense.
Divide and conquer. You want to check the warp coils or the navigation array? I'll check the other. Let's not overcomplicate this. One of these systems is likely broken.
I'll check the nacelles for a cracked coil.
I can't, I'm running the station. I have to sit here till 1. Now what? The fuck? It's bizarre. I'm scanning, but nothing's happening. So I must not be in the right spot. I know, right? What the fuck? Where's the warp core? Can I get through there? Some bullshit here. I see that dot, but it's like stupid. It doesn't make sense. Maybe because I have to do this on the outside. Duh. During a deep scan, use left button and right button to switch between. Let's search for going on. Oh my god. Alright. What the fuck? Weird. We got bio. The fuck is that dot? I can't even shut it off. Let me shut the station. Oh my god.
I checked every coil on the port nacelle for imbalances. If any coil in either engine were cracked, I would have detected it. So, it must be the navigation array.
Except it's not. Checked and double-checked.
Well, the readings don't lie.
Here comes the security detail for the way team.
Hey.
I'm not here.
We're escorting the negotiating team to the surface as soon as they come down from the bridge. I don't want to interrupt some important work. I was just hoping to see you before I go. The captain and the others will be here any minute now. Should be an interesting ride down to the surface.
Come on, I'm never too busy to make time for you.
That's not true.
No. But I am glad you came by.
Now that's more accurate.
I gotta be precise with you, huh?
Yeah, they did.
Hey, Maris. Aren't these those button pushers you're always hanging out with?
And you're the phaser jockeys we always beat in Parisi squares, right?
All aboard for Hotari.
That another one of the captain's railroad things?
Gotta be. I just usually zone out by the time he gets to the whole, steam engines were the warp drives of their day part. Catch y'all later.
You don't want to miss your train.
I do have to go. Not gonna lie, I'd rather not leave
No
right
kissing in front, no.
More important things on my mind.
Go on, do your job. I'll be right here waiting for you when you get back.
You better be. Be seeing you.
Good. Good move. Good move.
Etzelar Diaz. If you could float back down to reality, we still have a ways to go. All right, where were we?
So, the warp coils in the navigation array are fine, but the nav computer doesn't seem to think so.
I'm out of ideas short of field stripping the shuttle from bow to stern.
You wanna take this out of the shuttle and throw it on the bench?
Oh, real hands-on maintenance. I like it. Okay, the nav computer is patched into the ship.
The ship's computer can double-check our work. If the shuttle's nav computer is putting out false data, we'll know it.
Let's run through the shuttle's logs again.
Running now. Same. Warp field inversion and a cascade failure. However, the Resolute computer doesn't show the same subspace variance.
We're in the same conditions that the shuttle was in when it failed. Why wouldn't the ship's computer get a matching result?
What if the subspace variance was a momentary occurrence?
That's a possibility, and it would explain why the simulation under our current sensor readings failed to reproduce the issue.
But a subspace anomaly strong enough to cause a warp field collapse would leave graviton ripples for days.
Let's run with the momentary subspace variance theory for now. Roll forward to the shuttle's attempt to re-engage the warp drive. We need the conditions of space around the shuttle at the moment of warp failure.
Resuming simulation.
Error in warp field calculation. Cochrane formula variables are out of range.
That right there. Take the shuttle sensor data from that moment.
Computer, why did the warp field calculation fail?
Warp field pressure returned non-orthogonal. Results are undefined.
That doesn't help.
Wait, what if we use a different ship?
Put the Resolute into the simulation instead of the shuttle.
Yeah, it should warp just fine. Unless... Computer, run the simulation with the Resolute.
Resolute simulated.
Computer, give me manual control on the warp power.
I gotta go to break in 30 seconds. I ain't messing with this right now. And break, engage.
Static field intensity, warp 1.1. 1.2. 1.3. Warp pressure is destabilizing. Error in warp field calculation. The warp drive has experienced a system-wide cascade failure. Warp field collapsed. Subspace variance is out of tolerance. Cochrane formula results are undefined.
Bingo.
What-o?
The same moment when the shuttle failed to warp, so did the ship. Whatever happened to the shuttle just happened to us. The Resolute will not sustain warp.
We can't leave Hotari space.
It's not bad. It's not bad so far.
Ambassador Spock, Captain Solano, welcome to Hotari. We are honored you've come. My name is Tyler Saltaris, Minister of Diplomatic Affairs.
The honor is ours. And this is Commander Jara Rydick, first officer aboard the USS Resolute. You'll find she has a keen mind and unique insight into the dynamics between the Hotari and the Illydians.
We are honored to be here as representatives of the Federation.
I'm so glad.
These must be the representatives of the mighty Federation, the reigning authority in the galaxy. Or so we've been led to believe. Whether that's true or not remains to be seen. But, either way, we're grateful you've made the time to come to our little corner of the universe.
And you are?
This is Galvin, and this is Citron, the heroes of the revolt in the mines.
Uh-oh.
Let's hope this is the last time we ever have to come here.
If you'll excuse me.
I think we're about to begin.
They look like they're related to the Blue Man Group.
Did you hear the arrogance from that guy? I don't know what we're walking into here, but that guy was something.
Something about his tone tells me this won't be easy.
That was my sense as well.
I doubt he speaks for all of Hotari, so I would urge patience until we speak with their queen.
The queen. Tell Mike I said, what's up? can barely keep my eyes open. I'm so tired. I got another 25 minutes to the station. Oh gosh. Like I said earlier, I painted the deck. I painted the freaking speed bump. Worked on the pool. Did a whole bunch of shit in here. Did laundry. Oh my god.
Ambassador Spock, welcome to Holtari Prime.
The honor is mine, Your Majesty.
That the Federation would send one of their most respected representatives is not only an honor to the Holtari people and their queen, but a recognition of our stature and importance.
Let's get on with it, shall we? With all due respect to the Federation and their ambassador, they have no authority here. We are not members of their alliance. We are not subject to their rule, nor yours. We demand the immediate return of all mining operations to Elydian control, as it has been for centuries and will be for centuries more. That has always been our understanding.
That understanding has changed.
Then you invite war.
And if you cannot remain silent, you will be silenced. But his point is well taken. What is the Federation's interest in this matter?
Oh my god.
Perhaps you would have us trade one oppressor for another?
The Federation remains neutral. Our only interest is the peaceful resolution of this conflict. We are here at your request, Your Majesty.
For now.
Saying this wouldn't be easy was an understatement. I thought they wanted us here.
Was there something you wanted to say, Captain?
Oh, no. My apologies.
And what about the Kobliad?
She's not part
She can speak for herself, can't she?
Oh shit.
Then let her. Now then, what is your name?
Commander Jara Rydek, Your Majesty.
Being a Kobliad, you would know better than anyone. Your people suffered brutal treatment at the hands of the Cardassians. Their injustice towards the Kobliad is as unimaginable as it is unforgivable. Not unlike how we have been treated by the Elydians.
As much as they'd have you believe they are the victims here, remember it was the Hotari who attacked us. Hundreds of innocent Elydians were slaughtered without mercy in those mines.
The blood is on their hands, not ours.
Quiet! If after all the Kobliad suffered, you finally had the chance to right that wrong, to get out from under their control.
I swear I was thinking the same thing with the Kardashians. I swear I was gonna say it.
Would you take it? Or would you negotiate a peace?
There is no remedy for what the Kobliad suffered. And I fear who we might have become in pursuit of it. There is no justice if the oppressed become the oppressor. So I would willingly accept a peaceful resolution if it were offered. That is the real opportunity.
Spock's pleased.
Perhaps, Commander Rydek. Perhaps. Unfortunately, that was not the case, was it?
No, it was not.
Peace is often elusive to those who need it most.
What's up, Kira?
The Federation is the most powerful, most advanced alliance in the galaxy. It's widely known we have an abundance of dilithium in our mines. And it's in your interest to secure a steady supply.
Your Majesty, if I may.
Ambassador Spock would have us believe you're here as a neutral party in the interest of peace. So why are you really here? I want the truth, not your Federation rhetoric.
It's possible the Federation has an interest in both peace and securing a steady source of dilithium. One does not preclude or prevent the other. But that's just my personal opinion.
Given the Federation has done business with the Elidians for decades, I would agree. It's entirely possible, if not highly likely.
What they haven't said,
Fuck,
but
we
cannot
pissed
deny,
them
is
off.
a simple truth. The dilithium trade would not and will no longer exist without Elidian involvement. We created it for the benefit of everyone, especially the Hotari. We've given them warp technology. We've let them share in the profits. We've made their lives infinitely better than before dilithium was discovered. All of that goes away if the Federation turns a blind eye to their treachery.
That is enough of your lies! The Hotari are quite capable of running the mines. We've done so for centuries. So tell me,
I hear you.
who deserves control of the
Kira.
dilithium trade and the mines on Tau? Who should the Federation recognize? The Hotari or the Elidians?
Oh, fuck.
It can only be one or the other, not both.
If I have to choose only one, then it would have to be the Hotari.
Well said. How could the just and wise Federation make any other choice?
This is an outrage. The Federation has lost all credibility.
The mines are ours. Lydia will not be deterred. We will take back our mines by any means necessary.
Then you will see more blood spilled.
I am more than willing to address your concerns, Your Majesty. Yours as well, Representative. But I suggest we could have a more productive conversation with a smaller group. Perhaps only the most essential representatives.
I suppose there is some sense to that. I hope we meet again, Jara Ryder.
Oh, fuck.
Spock and I will cover everything on the diplomatic front. You make nice with the locals and see if you can get some answers. We need to find out why the Hotari are so willing to risk war. What happened in those mines?
It's not bad. See, it's not bad. It's all, you know, it's all storyline. But I still love the legacy game when you're in control of the starships and you're going to battle. That was fun. That was a fun game on 360. The legacy. I was looking at some clips and it's ridiculous. I wish they would come out with it. Uh-oh, commercial. Let me just get this quick. Man, I would have fucking died for this. Because this is my kind of game. But let me see. Hold on, let me get the camera. Oh my God, I almost missed it. All right, this is done. So right here. I mean, this is, I fucking would have loved this. Okay, hold on, let me. Yeah, why not?
Yep.
What is it, Ma?
There's 3 lines of steel.
Okay. I don't understand why we can't have one. I need cigarettes. I have none. This is that Godzilla game that was on PS4. I would love this. I would never stop playing it. I'm not even kidding. I would never stop playing it. Oh, forget it. I would have went nuts with this. Forget it. I don't like that Godzilla beam so much. Godzilla. Oh, shit. Look who's there. Wow. Burning Godzilla, yeah, that was... I remember that one. Where's Godzilla? What was his... Jaguar? I can't remember. Jaguar? There's gotta be a Jaguar. There he is. Oh my, I would have fucking died for this.
It's Gigan. Attention.
Wow, look at
squads.
that.
Commence the operation at once. First squad, begin your assault.
Holy shit. Well, where is he? There he is.
Fourth squad, begin your assault.
It even has the sounds that he made in the movie.
There's one more.
Oh shit, Godzilla came in. Oh man, I would have loved this.
Godzilla has been weakened.
I would have killed for that. I love Godzilla since I was a little kid. I mean, that would have been fucking amazing. But they made only unlimited amount of those games. You know how much one of those games go for? 600-800 new. It's like that. That's crazy. And that's kind of sad too. All right, I gotta set the station up. I'm sweating to death. I need to open the store for a minute. It's cold. It's not. It's 47 degrees. It's chilly, but this is it. It's gonna warm up now. It's supposed to be near 90 next week. Oh my God. I hope it's not like that when people are here for Pine Bush. All right, let me get the station going here. Tomorrow's a busy day. Fridays is crazy for me. It always is. Okay, hold on. All right. Doing a little. Wow, that one ended quick. Okay, wait. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. 4, 5. 6, 7. Okay, wait. 1, 12, 13. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7. That's what I need. I have to change those. Can't do it right now. Okay, let's see. Damn, I'm gonna have to change all that shit up. I might as well do it now. No, that'll work. AM. Yeah, this is the ones I'm gonna have to change. Refresh. So that's 6. Dummy, what are you doing? It's crazy because I got to do the clock in my head. All right, let's fix this. I spelled that way wrong. Okay, I can't do nothing until the show is over. Mom is cleaning. Can't do nothing now. I gotta wait. Yeah, it's 47 here right now. It's definitely chilly. But I think it's gonna be like by Sunday in the 80s. Now it starts to warm up after today. Meaning Friday. Hold on. Should I put that one in? Damn, it didn't work. I didn't click it. Oh, yes, I did. Okay, so we got to put some more ads. This isn't going to add up. Is there anything specific that she likes to drink, eat, we could bring for her? No. If I asked her, you know she's going to say, tell her not to bring anything. Or them. That's what she'll say. Guaranteed. Or just bring themselves. She would say something like that. I know, Mom. I'm the same way. Ma! Come here. It's important. Ma? Chantal would like to know, is there anything you'd like to eat or to drink that she could bring? Chantal.
That I could know?
No, right?
Yeah.
She said no.
Thank you.
I saw what you wrote now.
Hey, wash my legs.
I honestly can't think of anything. Mom. Honestly, I really can't. It's for real. It's not even a joke. It's for real. I gotta wrap this show right now. And that's that. Done. All right, so I need to put an ad right here. Ha ha. Honestly, what if somebody was, you know, I'm trying to think. Honestly, I'm trying to think. I can't think of anything. kind of crazy. Hold on. I'm still working on the station. I can't wait to go to bed. You have no idea. 86. Move on promo. Oh, I missed one. Okay, I'm almost done, thank God. Like I said, I am exhausted. Did a lot today. I really did. Almost. About 15 clicks away. For real. This one, that one, one more click, actually 3 more, one, more like 5, that's it. Let me just double check, everything is lovely, done, station done. Good night, V. I'm going to sleep too. You okay, I am so tired. It's been a hell of a long day. With the patio, the deck in the back is fully painted. But you have to move everything, you know what I mean? You have to move stuff. What a pain in the... I treated the pool with more chemicals today. It should be open by Sunday. Because it's going to be chilly. And I painted the speed bump. So I got a lot of shit done today. Tomorrow I got to plant when I can. Because I got a show from 11 to 1, 2 to 4, and 6 to 11. So and then I got to do something with Eric at 4. So the kiddies have been here for 15 years. You kidding me? The cats have been here since we moved here. Yeah. Saturday and Sunday and Monday there's no shows. There's some pre-records. I mean, people want to spend time with their families and friends, barbecuing. You know, it's a holiday weekend. Yeah, there's a frost advisory to my north. But, believe me, I'm getting off in 5 minutes. Okay, I can't even sit up. Let me see. Daily. So tomorrow's today, actually, like I said, pretty much the last cooler day. 72, mostly sunny and beautiful. That's what it says. Saturday, 77, sunny and beautiful. And here it comes. Sunday, 84. Monday, 84. 80 on Tuesday, 81, 82, 85, 82. So when you're here, Saturday, it's saying mostly cloudy and humid. 82, so it's going to feel like fucking 90. Friday, there's a chance of a thunderstorm in the afternoon. How lovely when I got to go pick up people at the airport. And then it drops back down to the mid 70s, mid to upper 70s. Sunday, Monday, into Tuesday. But it's going to, yeah, Thursday, Monday, over here, 84, plenty of sunshine. This is why I'm trying to get everything done. And plus, you know, barbecues this weekend, people. Oh, neighbors. Because that's what this is about, neighbor weekend. And they already know what's happening next weekend. They already asked. When is Pine Bridge people coming? Next weekend. Oh, okay. So they know the party is coming. Now, Friday is going to be the night. Now, Saturday, depends what time we get out. I'm telling you, usually it's by like 11 o'clock. It's 45 minutes to here. So that's 11:45. We can hang out for a couple hours. To like 2. Because I got to get up early to pick up Kathleen Martin at the hotel. I have to leave here at 10 a.m. to get to her by 11 to get her to Newark by 1. Her flight leaves at 3. But 8 hours is more than enough sleep because I'm going to be exhausted. Even if I got 7, it's enough. But then again, I don't like to drive for hours without getting a nice night of sleep. And I'm not drinking coffee, but if in this case, Sunday might be the exception. Do you know I haven't had coffee since being diagnosed with severe GERD? I've been really doing good on my diet. Which is good. Let me just do this first. So, and I'm definitely losing weight, which is great. So, no more coffee. Oh, cool. Mike's bringing his acoustic. Oh, shit, Travis won't be here. I forget. Sometimes he stayed over here once. He's not staying this time. I gotta see how everything plays out. But we'll hang out here. It's funny because I was talking to people at Roswell today. Because we're going back the station. Holy fuck, what's going on in Roswell? Let me grab a stove. And believe me, I'm going to bed, but I need a stove. What the hell, yeah. Nanu. My caraca. Oh. I can't wait to go to fucking bed. I mean, the sun. So, I got the little rundown a little bit today. Of what's going to happen in Roswell. Oh my God. This is going to be a trip. Forget about just the conference stuff, which ends at 11 each night. Friday, Saturday, Sunday. It's going to be a big band playing behind the parking lot. This is not like UFO Expo with Tom Reed. There's going to be like 14,000 people. They got drone shows. They've got fire dancers, whatever the hell that is. They got all kinds of activities. And I'm like, holy shit. I'm going to have to do a lot of filming. Off work hours, obviously. But it's going to be, yeah, it's going to be crazy. I was getting little details of like the stuff that's going to happen. And there's going to be a lot of guests speaking there. It's going to be nuts. And thanks to Warren, we're staying at the same place, which that place was badass. And there's something else happening that I can't talk about that we're going to be a part of, but I can't discuss it. I can't discuss what you're all going to find out in the next day or two in the news. That's all I'm going to say. Get ready. Something's coming. If what I was told is true, get ready. And I'll explain it once it's made public. But remember what I'm saying, the next few days, supposedly, but the weird thing is it's all a part of the plan. Because someone who's going to be at contact told me months ago that this person had something planned. So this is, I don't know if it's the same person. I'm talking very cryptic, I know. But you'll all find out soon enough. So will I. Yeah, I know. Take time to enjoy. I know. That's the weird thing. I never get to really enjoy. That's not true. Because I'm always doing something. Like this pine bush, I'm going to try to enjoy it. But since I'm directly connected, it's hard not to be involved. And trust me, I already am. Because I'm doing somebody a favor. And they're going to be very happy with what I'm doing for them. I can't. Somebody got in trouble. Even hinting it. Somebody got in trouble. Even hinting. That's why I'm not getting into specifics. I'm being very general. So, fucking James. See, that's why they blew it with the V series. That had such potential. I'm telling you, V, if they could remake V, but put a twist of They Live in it. So combine They Live with V and make another series. It could be phenomenal. But it would have to be no less than PG-13. It's got to be serious. It's got to be, well, like almost like a, I don't want to say X-Files, but with some, not even X-Files. Fuck X-Files. It's got to be suspenseful, action, but with a good storyline. But can you imagine a version of V with whatever kind of invaders they are, reptilian, whatever, but put them in political positions of power around the globe? And there's a group trying to uncover it. And you could, do you know how many people would love to see that right now with everything that's going on? The deep state, the globalists, the elite. But focus that theme around visitors, a V kind of a theme. That shit would explode. I'm telling you, that would be a badass series. But we're dealing with Hollywood now. So we know that's not going to happen. Because they would have to expose themselves. That's fucking bees. Oh my God. I always knew that actor or actress was a V. Oh my God. Can you imagine? Oh shit. Roll up on a Hollywood set. Makeup. Oops. Have the makeup designer be on the inside. Listen. This person is a suspect. You're the makeup designer, right? Well, instead of putting makeup, we want you to remove. You know what I mean? Instead of him putting on makeup, tear the shit off. Expose him. Like maybe put some kind of makeup instead in the makeup itself. Something that dissolves their disguise. And they literally melt their skin off to expose what they are. That would be a great fucking scene. Yes, I thought of it just now. Can you imagine? Oh, we need to put the makeup on you right now. And then all of a sudden it just starts to and you start to see the pieces of what's really behind the mask. That would be freaking hot. Forget about it. But have it where it's maybe not even, it could be a, I don't want to get too crazy, like a mainstream media mock-up, and they're doing like they did in They Live. But it was a little different because they got exposed through the lens that they were really aliens or whatever the hell's sitting up there. But when they cut the transmission. But instead have the makeup being like in a time sensitive thing where they're actually on the air and the shit starts to expose. But that would have to happen way down the series because that you can't just do that right away. You got to build up to the exposing of. Hey, the Hollywood writers are on strike. They may need people to help them write up stuff because right now they're done. That's James, you read my mind. What is going on? What is that? That is bizarre. Because that's what I was thinking when you wrote that. I was saying that, kind of. I am good at coming up with ideas. Some of them are not good. But I am good at coming up with ideas. But can you imagine something like that? Well, you know what you would have to do? This would be very controversial. The series starts off in a time period thousands of years ago. Now, if you want to create fictionalized characters like a bloodline, you can kind of give the theme that they have been here for a long time. And they've been, how would I say, interacting and infiltrating civilization, like I said, for thousands of years. They've been here. And, plotting slowly but surely over time, putting them in positions of power through the infiltration. And I mean infiltration in every possible corner. Religion, politics, science, everything. They're everywhere. Do you realize how controversial and really deep it could get if you did something like that? And those who try to expose it suffer accidents or worse. It could be so damn good. But that's how I would open it up. I would open it up with a scene to show that they've been here for a long time. So you put that right in people's heads at the beginning of the series. You go back in time and then to present. And you don't put a year, you just put present day. You don't put a time on it. That's the worst thing they do. Because if you watch it in the future, it's 2023. Screw that. Put present day. That gives it more of a life, a recycled life, if it's successful. Oh, little PPP and the imagination goes nuts. It goes to a whole fucking new level. But you understand? Do you know what I eat? Frankie. Oh my God. So, yeah, he's in Australia. Sydney. Like right now, it is 3:22 p.m. Friday afternoon, where he is. He's getting ready to feed the birds, I think. So yeah, I mean, I think that'd be a big time series. Now, I would also flip it and make it where they can convert people You know how you hear so much about the alleged hybrid program? Well, we flip this. There's a process to make a human by doing something to them into a hybrid in the program. So, say somebody's an infiltrator. They're trying to infiltrate. They get caught. So now what do? You make them a hybrid and make them like a so-called double agent. A double agent hybrid. To spy now on the other side of the rebellion, let's call it. The rebels trying to expose it and screw with them. You could really make this badass. It's more imaginative than what they make today. Every movie you see is like, not every. A lot of movies are fucking remakes or sequels. There's no originality. There's no creative thinking. You know what I mean? It's like, fuck. How many times now I hear Beverly Hills Cop 4, Mission Impossible 29. It's like, I'm kidding, but it's sequel after sequel after sequel. I mean, Raiders of the Lost Ark, Harrison Ford. Maybe a good movie, and I grew up on those movies, but shit. And you know, when they get to that age, they gotta have kids involved, like sons or daughters, grandkids that are doing the stuff. Like, what was I watching? Oh, there's a new Netflix series. I can't remember the name of it. It has Arnold Schwarzenegger. I started to watch it for about 10 minutes. I don't have time to watch TV. And his daughter is also an agent, but I don't think he knows it. And it's like, there you go. And in the beginning it says, not bad for a 65-year-old guy running. Or you're probably the fastest 65-year-old guy running. I mean, really? Oh my God. I'm telling you. Craziness. So, that's what I'm saying. Even though there's I really would like them to fucking remake They Live. Even though that's a classic with Roddy, I would turn that up. It was so campy, but it was Roddy. It was campy. But boy, would I turn that shit up a notch and make it serious. It could be deep. Tulsa King. I don't know. I don't even... Like I said, the only movie I really want to see is that vampire Dracula movie on the ship. I want to see that one. That's in August, I think. All these other movies I can wait. Because eventually they all come out for streaming. A lot quicker these days. Oh, I don't want to see anything about zombies or pandemic and all that shit. I am so dead tired of that. Even though I have my zombie apocalypse thing here. But I am so tired of that. Zombies. Pandemics. And there's so many of those movies. I don't watch any. I'm just saying. I am curious to see the new Godzilla movie from Toho. I don't know. I don't know. Oh, trust me, Disney will rebound. Even though it's not so much this whole fiasco that's going on in Florida. It's they're destroying the Star Wars legacy. They're just doing some bad fucking business decisions. But I'll tell you this right now. There are many states that would love to welcome Disney with open arms and let them do whatever the fuck they want because it brings money. Tourism. Now, that $6,000 a night place, who even thought about doing something as stupid as that? Who the fuck is going to pay $6,000 a night? Are you nuts? I mean, even Nikki Haley said, want to come over to our state? We'll do anything you want. Because they know it's going to bring tons of money. Yeah, rich as fuck people. I mean, who the fuck is going to spend $6,000 a night? Well, I guess they don't want to spend it. Now, I lived in Florida for a year or so. Didn't like it. To me, it was very boring. These people, when you're a Florida resident, you get automatic discounts for all the parks. You just show your license that you're a resident, you get discounts. But there's only so much you can go to these places. Like a Disney or what was the other big one? Oh my God. Disney's not the only thing. There's another big park. I can't think of the name right now. But it has a lot of rides and stuff. But I can't think of the name. But that one's pretty big. And no, it's not the Great Adventure Six Flags thing. It's something else. I just can't remember the name of it. And I don't know. I couldn't deal with the heat, the humidity. Everybody's fucking inside in the air conditioning. You don't hardly ever see people out and about on the streets at like 2 o'clock in the afternoon because it's so fucking hot and humid. They're all inside or at the mall or whatever. And I found it very boring. Doing that kind of routine. But I didn't even like swimming there. I almost got attacked by sharks. Mom's my witness. The lifeguard cursed at me. Said I wasn't gonna go in to save your fucking he used language. Do you realize what you were fucking doing out there? I was like, what are you talking about? I wasn't going to come out to save you if something would have happened. I'm like, there was sharks swimming around you. I never went that deep in the water again in Florida. I always stayed, and even then, bull sharks, even tiger. Nasty. You could be knee high in water and they'll hit you. It's nasty. I don't want to go fucking swimming in water like that. I believe that, James, definite. So after he told me that, and that happened at Daytona Beach, I'll never forget it. And the water, like when Marco's in chat, he talks, my pool is 85 degrees. I love it. That's beautiful. I hate it. It's piss water. It's not refreshing. I like a water to be about 76, 78. Because if it's 85 or 90 out, the water at least is cooler than the air temperature. It's refreshing. Not like you're dipping your foot in a fucking puddle on the street that is lukewarm or hot. That's nasty to me. That's just me, though. Ew. You step in the water on the beaches of Florida, the water temperature is so warm, it's icky. All the pools in the houses, icky. Ew. It's not for me. I did not like it. Now, I grew up on a boat. And I swam a lot. Diving off the boat, you know. I like the ocean. But I like it at like 74. Because I grew up to that. That warmer shit does not do it for me. Yeah, the Cape is a feeding frenzy area because of the seal population. And the seal population has been growing. There's a lot of great whites up there. And off Mount Talk because of the nursery. They just saw a great white in, I think, the Carolinas. Like a 15-footer. Offshore. So the great whites are definitely repopulating. What was that? Oh, that's Xbox going off. It's definitely repopulating. You could look at the tracker, but they don't. I don't know if they're keeping that shit up to date. I think it's OSearch. Yeah, it is. So I don't know how much they're doing. See, the Carolinas are hot. I knew it. What the fuck is going on with Kendrick? He sounds like he's dying. See, they're up there too. White shark, fin, female, 5 foot. See, a young one. And it's not far off of Long Island. Jamaica Bay, New York City. I mean, they're here. Right off Coney Island. This one's really close. White Shark Simon, that was a few days ago. Shit.
Psycho!
It's Mount Talk. Hampton, 4-footer male. But see, this is the tracker, it's old.
Did you see that?
Old. What?
No.
What?
Did you see that fish?
What fish?
That has a face.
Oh no, man, I did not see no fish with a face.
Yeah, they're showing it all kinds of sea things and everything.
This might have been the one I was talking about.
With a face.
No, that's old. See, these are old reports.
In China.
Is it earlier this year? That's a big one. Old. Old. So I think they need to start tracking some more. Oh, this is now. Latest ping. May 24th. Look at how, well, that's an old one. So this might be the one they were talking about. Came in kind of close. There's another one way out. May 18th, So here's some active ones. And where are they? South Carolina. Shit. That's old. You can see the trackers that are active. So they're up and down the East Coast. You could see them as far north as Canada. Wow, this one is right there too, near Montauk. Look, they go into the Canadian waters, Nova Scotia. Look at that. Right by Amanda's house. That far north. Amanda lives right, I think, in here. Or up north more, I can't remember. So they go far up north too. But this is the active one. May 21st. There's Cape Cod up there. So yeah. If you're feeling safe tonight, let's see. Oh, with the zombie bar, that door is actually open. So yeah, there's the shark activity is definitely increasing, and they're concerned because the Hudson has been getting a lot cleaner. They spotted a shark right off of Coney Island not too long ago. Right, where the fuck is Coney Island? Long Beach, Jones Beach. No, Coney Island is more this way. Where the fuck is it? There it is. It was right off of here. That's close to the city. And that's salt. The Hudson mix doesn't come in to up north a little bit because of the fresh water coming from north. So, but you got to watch now. You definitely got to watch. Recent pings. What the hell is who's making food now? So yeah. They're out there. It's rare, believe it or not. It's not, maybe in Australia it might be different. Most of the shark attacks here are bull. The bull shark is responsible for a lot of shark attacks. Some tiger. Great white is not on that top of that list. I mean, it does happen, especially in California. But not so much. I would actually like to look that up. Shark attacks U.S. 2022, because we're early in the season. Okay. They released their international map and data. United States. Let's look at the map and data first. Unprovoked shark attacks. What?
You know who is showing all this stuff that I'm looking at?
What?
The Antonio.
Oh yeah?
Yeah.
So, of course, the east coast of Florida and California, South Africa. You could look at Australia. Australia, of course, is going to be... Damn it. Reset. A lot of attack. You know, you could see it. Breaks it down. Look at Australia there. North and Central America. United States. Let's go to Florida because that's like where most of the action is. Let's just do U.S. all. From 1837 to present. Florida, 912. Then the numbers drop down significantly. New York, 20. Look at Florida. Those ain't great whites. I don't know if it's going to say, break it down. Location with highest attacks and fatalities. The beaches. Unprovoked. World locations with highest attack rates. I'm going to go to... This is Florida all the way. Florida. Of course. Florida. But notice, no fatals. Hawaii. 3 in the last decade. California. Great whites. New Jersey, well, that was back in the early 1900s, but so the rest, not much. Florida's the big one. I don't like these maps. They're not giving me... It's not saying. Which shark? Let's see. Let's do it this way. Then I'm going to bed. Which shark is responsible for most attacks? It's going to be bull, tiger, great white. I don't even have to look at it. White shark, tiger shark, bull shark. That's easy to predict. Yeah. They're nasty. They are fucking nasty. gonna be the same thing. It's the same shit. Let me see. I gotta copy that link because I can't. That reminds me of Jaws 4: The Revenge or whatever. Oh, God. Holy
Tiger
shit.
Shark! Tiger Shark ran me.
Watch breaking news on YouTube.
The shark didn't like the taste of the boat, but that's scary as fuck.
Oh!
Look how fast.
Tiger Shark!
Look how fast.
Oh! Tiger Shark! Tiger Shark ran me.
That's scary as you know what. They do that here too, James. That's why they're so dangerous. They attack people in streams, rivers, freshwater. That's why that bull shark is the one I would really worry about. The bull. That I'm surprised. So they do have the great white on the top of the list. But that's got to be global. Yeah, the bull shark. It's in that order. So I easily predicted those three. Anybody could if they know they're sharks. Those are the three. But in Florida, that bull shark is the problem. You know how many people get bit every year in the beaches in Florida, and it's usually a bull. The culprit is usually a bull shark. Tigers are fucking nasty. I mean, oh my God. Hammerheads ain't no joke either. But let's look, and I gotta go to bed because I'm gonna pass out. Let's see. That was a tiger, that one that you just showed me of in Hawaii.
Sharks have fascinated and terrified humans for ages. The determined fisherman thought he'd caught a large gray snapper on a live line and was struggling with it until he realized it was a bull shark. He kept the shark on the line, looking to see if he could get a video of it in shallower waters, only to find that the tolerant shark finally lost its patience and launched an attack. You see the bull shark charge and bite the side of his kayak, startling the fisherman. Not wanting to risk another attack, he cuts the line and flees to safer waters. Lesson learned here. Number 8. At this point, kayaking is sounding very unappealing. Even more so after this run-in with a hammerhead. A California fisherman was out fishing in his kayak when he felt a jolting bump at the rear. In the video, we see him frantically glance about him as he struck again. Finally, he sees what hit him, a young hammerhead shark who's determined to make a meal out of him. Marcus had to act fast because another hit could topple his kayak over and offer him whole to the predator. What had begun as a simple hunt for halibut had turned into a battle for his life that he didn't plan for.
Oh my God!
Marcus immediately struck back at the fierce shark with his paddle, trying to fend off the repeated attacks. The aggressive hammerhead continued to circle and strike at the lone fisherman. One would think the shark would retreat after being continually hit, but he was a resilient one. For several heart-pounding minutes, the two battled it out from every angle.
Can you imagine that? Battling
then
a shark
for a brief moment,
minutes?
the shark backs off and slowly circles him, leaving the kayaker alone just long enough to paddle the heck out of there. Keeping a watchful eye on the shark that's trailing behind, he heads towards the shoreline. After a while, the shark had seemingly disappeared, giving Marcus some time to relax and reflect on what just happened. But not for long. The shark appears again and starts circling, searching for a way in. With one more good strike as the hammerhead comes in for another attempt, Marcus is able to fend it off and continue paddling until he reaches the shore with the shark in hot pursuit. With shaky hands, he points out to where the hammerhead is still lingering close to the shore, impatiently waiting for him to return. Number 7. While on a shark dive in Fiji waters, the diver almost loses his head to the belly of a tiger shark. Surrounded by fish, one of the divers pops up to try and get a better view and ends up directly in the path of a large tiger shark, giving him the shock of his life. Lucky for him, a shark wrangler was quick on the draw and shoved a bar between the diver's head and the shark's gaping mouth, triggering the shark to clamp down on it, giving the diver enough time to duck and push the shark up and out of the way of the rest of the group. Number 6. Carrie Daniel was spearfishing off the coast of North Queensland, Australia near the Great Barrier Reef with friends when he came face to face with his worst nightmare. He drifted a ways from the group and noticed a bull shark about 55 yards below him. Suddenly, the shark charged straight for him with jaws wide open, fixing to take a chunk out of his flesh. Even if his friends were close by, there's nothing they could have done to help him. With his life flashing before his eyes, Carrie did the only thing he could. He plunged his spear gun into the hungry mouth of the shark in self-defense, just in the nick of time. The shark ripped the spear gun and the line out of his hand and tussled with it. Carrie didn't realize the gun was stuck in its mouth and was waiting for it to spit it out, but then decided he'd better not stick around and got himself out of there. It all happened so fast there was barely any time to react, let alone defend himself. If you were in his shoes, what would you have done? Let us know in the comments below. Number 5. A group of snorkelers were filming a pod of pilot whales off the coast of Hawaii when suddenly an oceanic white-tipped shark appeared, displaying aggressive behavior. It kept a bit of distance and then eventually swam off, but not for long. The shark came back around a second time, making a much more uncomfortably close pass by a couple of them before disappearing again. After some time passed, the group returned their attention back to the pilot whales when the shark suddenly re-emerged, this time targeting one of the guys that had just begun to dive down. With a swift turn, it sunk its teeth into the man's arm and back before backing off once again. Thankfully, the diver escaped with only minor lacerations, and lucky for all, the shark went away after sampling its pound of flesh, and the snorkelers were able to leave the water safely. I guess the shark didn't like the taste of humans after all. Number 4. Julian was diving in the deep blue with the Under the Pole team in the South Pacific when he had the crucial fight for his life. The divers were just starting the decompression stage of the dive when a gray shark caught their attention, confusing the crew with its weird, jerky way of swimming. They'd never seen anything like it before in all their years of coming in contact with sharks while diving. Julian filmed the shark during their ascension, watching it sway back and forth in a weird manner. He followed the shark off the wall into open water, getting dangerously close when it suddenly turned and attacked him, sinking its teeth into Julian's head. After a heart-pounding moment, the shark released him and charged the diver, filming the scene before disappearing into the deep blue. The situation became critical. Julian was bleeding, and they didn't know the severity of the bite, but they couldn't advance quickly to the surface since they had to go through the decompression stages, critical to a diver's safety. During the attack, the shark bit through his mask and lost his rebreather, but he remained calm and was able to use his emergency bottle. Fortunately, Julian was able to hold out until they reached the top, where he was stitched and treated on the boat. The crew members couldn't believe how fast the attack happened.
Wow.
Number 3. While divers were filming great white sharks from the safety of a shark cage in the Guadalupe waters, a large shark approached, taking a curious bite of the rubber on the side of the cage. Realizing it's not edible, it turns its attention to the contents within those steel bars. As it circled slowly to the front, divers watched on as the shark lightly tested the bars, giving them a nice show of the razor-sharp teeth lining his jaws before moving on. Getting in a shark cage is not for the faint of heart. Sometimes things can go horribly wrong, but these divers were thankful for their best-case scenario. Number 2. Paul and friends went spearfishing at the Coral Sea in Australia when they encountered the worst thing imaginable. While on a breath hold, a tiger shark happened upon them, aggressively charging Paul and his dive buddy several times. They try to fend off with their spear guns, doing their best to keep it at bay, but it refuses to leave them alone. The shark repeatedly advances on the two men again and again, trying to find a way past their spear guns, all while they ascend to the surface and call for the boat. Getting out of the water poses significant risk, but the two manage to hurl themselves into the boat just in time, and the crew celebrates, ecstatic that they just escaped this wild encounter. Number 1. 8-year-old Nathan was spearfishing in the Bahamian waters while his parents watched over him from the boat. He was going from reef to reef, exploring the little nooks and crannies, and had just come up for a breath of air when a 5-foot black-tip reef shark appeared and slowly advanced on the young boy. Nate readied his spear in self-defense as his father was quickly handed a spear just in time to help fend off the shark that launched at the young boy, saving him from what could have been a very nasty bite. Despite these crazy encounters, it's not often you find yourself face-to-face with a shark when you step foot in the ocean, but that doesn't stop us from feeling heightened senses of fear of the deep blue sea, and these videos...
Let me tell you. For me, one of my biggest fears is like being on a boat and it capsizes or sinks while you're out in the ocean and you're left floating with a life preserver, knowing that at any fucking time a shark is going to come and get you. That has to be the worst. That's a nightmare for me. Forget about spiders. That is the absolute worst nightmare for me. Or like, God forbid, a plane crash and you're in the ocean and there's no rafts. Oh my God, I don't even want to get graphic. When there's bodies in the water, they're coming. I don't even want to think about a scenario like that. That's why all those movies were popular, like Open Water, and can you imagine? That has to be the worst. Not knowing. Even on a raft. What if it's like a rubber dinghy raft? One bite from the shark, that shit's sinking. They puncture that in a second. You know, sharks can leap out of the water. They can. If they come straight up and out of the water, you see it with great whites all the time. Sharks can do that. That would not be fucking good. That is a nightmare for me. Definite. That is probably my worst possible nightmare. I wouldn't even want to think about something like that. And I'm wearing a Mount Talk shirt. It's one of my Mount Talk shirts. Yeah, James seen a video of them landing in a boat. That's gotta be fucking scary as all hell. That kayaker off of, the Hawaiian Islands, when that shark came out like that, holy fuck, I would have a heart attack. I would. have a fucking heart attack. It'd be over for me. Matter of fact, there was a big spider in the bathtub today. Kendrick put it in a cup and took it outside. This fucker was a wolf spider, and then it was big. Like that. It was big. Ugh. Oh my God. I go in there to take a shower and I see that fucker. No. James, I can imagine. Anyway, it's 2 o'clock. I gotta get up. Tomorrow's a heavy day. But it's Memorial Day weekend. So it's a holiday weekend. So I'll be out and about and doing things. So to everybody, have a great morning, great day, great afternoon, like James, or great evening. Well, it's 4:05 for him, p.m. Anyway, I'm going to bed. I can't even sit up anymore. So till next time, have a great